Oh, hate this dungeon! Is one more? It's behind me? Why was there a sound effect for that shit? Is that Canidia? Oh my god! This is the worst. Holy shit. Yeah. But then it's not that clear, the tutorial there. Okay. Oh no, it's a... I regret using my key immediately. It's a goddamn poison place. Oh, I hate this. Oh my god, there's poison everywhere. Oh, I hate this place. I hate it immediately. This is worse than the other place. Oh my god, there's nowhere to go. Holy shit. See exactly what you can do it. Oh my god. Oh. So an enemy, you kill it, or you have to avoid it. What? Oh, that seriously gave me like a little heart attack. It can also go down there? I thought it was like... Oh my god. That gave me like a scare, seriously. Oh my god. Oh, I thought it was gonna, be another one. I thought it was gonna like, be... I thought it was gonna be another one, right? Come on, then it goes on the whole path. How do I beat this thing? Oh, no way. Oh, come on. And now like a bridge in the middle. Man, this ain't another game now. It's a goddamn platform game for me. You lose speed when you pick it up. God damn it. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, this is the worst alien ever. What do I do now then? I actually have my flame break talisman. Okay, good. I guess we run. Is it some kind of button to press? Is it some kind of trap thing on the floor or something? No? Okay, I just need to run. I just need to run into the... Is there a timer or anything? Doesn't feel like it's a timer. Let's run, I guess. Of course! Who's gonna be a goddamn bastard there? Like this effing game. There's gonna be an enemy in that little area. A little goblin guy. Of course it is. Of course there's an enemy there. But honestly, this fighting, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't have like a time thing, right? Okay. How do I do the fire? I really don't know, right? Like, I can... I can push it through. Oh, it's more of it, of course. Okay. Well, this bridge is very suspicious. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. It's just a bridge. It's gonna fall or something, right? It's gonna be boulders coming. It's gonna be some crap. Come on. Like, we all know this bridge isn't a bridge. Like, what's gonna happen here? Okay. Look at that skeleton on the ground or something. God damn it! Should I just run? I know that this goddamn dungeon is gonna have some crap here. Oh, there we go, see? It's like a Godric guy. Oh, I hate this dungeon! Is one more? It's behind me? Why was there a sound effect for that shit? Is that Canidia? Oh my god! This is the worst. Holy shit. What's this dungeon? Oh my god! Oh my effing god! Jesus Christ! And then there's another one behind you. Oh my god! No! No, this is unfair. People always like, get good. No, this is shit, man. This is shit. And I have spent the whole day, but I spent half an hour earlier. I spent half an hour earlier today is like taunting some people on Reddit that was like, oh, this game sucks or whatever. But I think most people are, you know, they're frustrated about things silly stuff, right? They're like, oh, I can't beat the Beastman boss, right? And the difference is that, of course, the game has some unfair shit, right? But most people, I mean, they, you know, they don't even beat like the Beastman, right? I beat the Beastman. I'm playing Wretch, you know. I beat the Beastman with my club. It's not even hard. People are like, oh, I spent 20 hours beating the Beastman. That's bullshit. But oh my god, it spawns 2 of those guys. Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about the little archer guy. I'm clumsy. No, I'm not off my composure. Yeah, I'm seriously angry now. See, I'm playing worse now. It actually got to me. Usually I'm like dead inside and I don't really care right now. I stay calm and collected, but now I'm actually angry for reasons. Like that makes me effing angry. I was thinking, it wasn't like unfair in the sense that, oh, the control didn't work. It wasn't like the death was, you know, like, oh, bullshit camera angle bugged or something. Like, it was like in the wall, right? But it felt like a goddamn bullshit thing that it was obvious that the bridge is a goddamn, you know, trap, right? And then 2 of them appears. Just like, say, yeah. That's why it was so annoying, right? And I have a theory now. What if you time that now? And you just run. Just run, baby, run! Because you actually have a lot of time here, because that thing flew up, right? This, I think, might be the way to actually run this place. Exactly. So I actually got a lot of time when you run this thing. What? How long is this shit? Whatever, just keep going. Keep going, baby. Oh my god! I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna goddamn run, okay? And hopefully make it. Yeah. There's a mini boss maybe. It's not a shrine or whatever, it's like oh my god. But the fireplace. Okay. It's supposed to come easy, the freaking to get to the boss of the hard part. Now we're here. I died, it came immediately. But okay, I blocked that. Right. Like the rat thing. What happened to the damn camera? Oh. Guys are ready. Oh shit. Yep. That thing's kind of annoying. I mean, the boss was easier than the dungeon. And the boss was a bullshit. The boss was easy. I was like, you know, the dungeon, that's some hard shit. The boss, just killed him, man. Yeah, the boss wasn't even hard. Like, was that 3 attempts or something? People are like, this game is too hard. Come on, that was not a hard boss. You have to use, how say it, time his spinner. He's kind of slow, so in that time so far. I have all the deaths where I felt the game is bugged or whatever. There's been all the deaths where I felt that the game actually used, or felt objectively, where the camera got wonky, where I got stuck in a wall and died or something, right? Like really weird, like a buggy way. Certainly 3, 4, 5, whatever, 20 deaths have been buggy. Let's be honest, the game isn't perfectly coded, right? Whatever. So those have been more unfair. Okay, fine, more unfair deaths. But this death here, oh god, I'm still angry over it because this felt so unfair. Because it's just an obvious. It feels unfair, but in another way. Okay, the other ones are unfair because the game has some bugs or whatever, and that is fair to say, right? People are giving the game like 0 10 because of glitches. Come on, the game has some bugs. Okay, it's not terrible. I'm saying they have some bugs, right? I'm not saying it is like the buggiest thing ever. It's not cyberpunk, right? But there's some bugs. Those that are more objectively more unfair because it's like unintended. It's unintended. But this death, however, is a design unfairness, right? And I really feel that because, I mean, obviously, this bridge here is a goddamn trap. It's obviously gonna be a trap here, but it's like, even if I know it's a trap, how can I prepare for it, right? Like, how can I prepare for it? How can I prepare there's gonna be 2 bosses, one in my ass too, one coming from the front, one, you know, getting me from the back, right, you know? Double penetration. How should I know it's gonna be a double DP, right, you know? Like, that's bullshit, right? Each one of them would be enough. So I feel that for me is stupid. Can I put a trap maybe? I don't know. I don't have magic in this game. I'm playing like, you know, strength, dexterity guy, right? So maybe I can place like a trap here that could stun it or something. There is probably some magic I can put in the ground, right? That would be the way to maybe do it. But anyway, yeah, goddamn bullshit. Now I'm here again. I think I'm gonna try to run past it if it's possible. Here we go. I'm never going down here again. Jesus Christ. Yeah, go to item instead. Screw these guys. I don't try to beat them anyway, but I mean, screw it. I haven't actually fought this guy before. I mean, this one kind of every sort of game, right? Yeah. It looks very much like God Ring, but I haven't fought it before. Whatever. I'm never going down here again. Never, okay? I don't care. Maybe I'm level 1000. I never this dungeon. Not because I'm horror in the boss. No, but you can see that too. Like, that thing is unfair design, which is the worst kind of unfairness because it's kind of like, oh, I'm thinking some other games here now, but if it's unfair where you know that it's going to be a trap here, but I don't know how to deal with it. So one game, for example, that I remember is very, very unfair. I've beaten several times though. Me, my best shadow friend, played a lot. He had a game to Genesis DOS, and that is Chameleon Kid, okay? So let me give you a short note. Chameleon Kid is a game from Sega then, right? Sega. And it's a badass game. You're playing this kid, right? Chameleon Kid. He gets isekai'd, seriously, get isekai into a video game on arcade, right? And then you put up mask on the character, and it's a classic Sega game, so you can check it out. Sorry, Chameleon, I respect it. Kid. And you turn into different like character movies, like Jason or some superhero or whatever, right? You get different abilities based on your mask. And you also have like a German World War II tank guy, which is really weird. He shoots skulls, which is very strange. The game is kind of the game is really weird, and some of the enemies are like flying heads and so on, and spit heads at you. And it's a really weird game, honestly, from a graphical standpoint. Check it out, seriously, Chameleon Kid. But anyway, that game is ridiculously hard. Probably hard this game, seriously. It's a short game. It was like only 40 maps, right? Like a 2D platform game, but it's a very, very hard game. You die in it constantly, and the reason why most of the deaths are kind of unfair because you're like, oh, you have to jump down, right? It's a platform 2D game, right? You have to jump down this hole. It's the only way to jump down, right? You have to jump down there. And of course, you probably talk about like, you know, meat points and so on, right? Similarly, you're gonna jump into spikes, right? You can't see the spikes, and then you're like, okay, so I'm dead. Okay, next time I have to jump, I have to land exactly in the middle. Okay, you know, next stage is like another hole. I have to jump down, and I have to land, you know, further to the right, or further to the left, or like slightly to the right, but not in the far right, so on. It's stuff like that in the game all the time, which makes the game feel, and that I mean, I honestly don't feel that like good, right, in a sense, because I never liked, one of my other best friends, also a game developer, we talked about this many times, working on some games together, that it's like, it doesn't feel good when you design a game where the player can never actually figure out what to do on the first attempt, right? And that's why Golden King Camille, for example, is a good example of, I think, horrendous. It's a fun game, but it's horrendous in some stages. Hardcore platform, like hardcore, Nintendo hard in a sense, right? Sega hard, yeah, old school hard, like challenges. Because it's impossible to beat the stage the first attempt. Like you can't know. You have to, I did this whole right. You have no idea where to land until you died once. So you have to die over and over again. And I feel Dark Souls and of course Elden Ring and so on, to some extent, is that too. But the thing is that it's not really right. For example, when I faced the crystal boss guy in the crystal cave, I killed him in the first attempt. And I wasn't overpowered. I just kind of killed him. I went in, did a combo, he threw some chakras at me. I avoided them, right? I killed him, right? That felt good. Okay, I'm good enough in the game to kill a boss. Always an easier boss in the game, a cave boss, but still a boss, right? And here is a few hours ago, right? An hour ago, whatever it's now, 30 minutes ago, and this goddamn dungeon, I killed this tree, right? I killed the Earth tree, whatever it's called, like the corrupted tree guy, right? To kill him, that was like the third or the fourth attempt. Yeah, that wasn't that hard, right? And that feels fair. Like I walked into the boss, he did kill me the first attempt. Okay, sure. Next attempt, have life, right? Because like, okay, does this thing I avoid, right? That feels fair because even if I haven't seen exactly what he can do, I can kind of assume that I should probably roll here. I should maybe jump back here, right? That is fair, and then you die a few times and you learn it, right? But if the boss, for example, FF7 Remake, great example of the game. F7 Remake, the game is incredibly too easy, right? Hate this, it's incredibly too easy. Even the extra boss, which only 2 of, are absurdly easy. Very bad design. I hate that F7 that it's a great combat system, but it has no enemies. Doesn't make any sense. So you have a combat system with no bosses, basically, right? Honestly. It's very similar to 13 and 15 and so on, or 12 a bit. But in 13, you have like 64 extra bosses. And 7 Remake, you have like 2, right? It's ridiculous. So you can't really use that new system, right? Hopefully, part 2 is even better. I'm sure I will buy it anyway. I'm a huge JRPG fan, right? I buy every JRPG, so I can buy it anyway. I collect JRPGs, FF7 stuff. But anyway, I only died twice in FF7, I believe. Twice. One on the bike stage and on one boss fight on the first time I played it. Because the game is ridiculously easy. And I don't say this because it's an Elden Ring video now, but seriously, FF7 Remake, I think it truly is a crappy combat system because it's too easy. Honestly. I played it on hard, I only died like 4 times, okay? Second playthrough on hard, yeah. It is incredibly easy. And again, the back stage is on the hard part. Because the hardest part is the freaking pull-up stage. Because the game is like, it's just frustrating because, again, you have this really good combat system, but the enemies give you no challenge, right? The enemies are far too straightforward, basically. The enemies are far too straightforward. Straightforward. Yeah, there we go. But examples that I have of 7, but it's really crappy, honestly, when this thing about Kid Chameleon, right? Souls and this dungeon, is that you have this fight with the Leviathan, so it's obviously spoilers here, but like very minor spoilers. So the Leviathan is a summoning, right? The Leviathan is otherwise a god in Papalydium, Metali, whatever so like that. The Leviathan has his tidal ability, right? And I remember I complained about that in a video I did like 1 year ago or 2 weeks ago. People were like, oh, you're a noob, you use shell. Yeah, the problem is that you have to use shell to survive the tidal wave. It's obvious. The problem is that Leviathan does like no damage, okay? Every enemy in FF7 Remake is way too weak, right? Almost every enemy does like no damage. And they're far too weak to hurt you, especially on normal. But hard is better, but they're pretty weak. So you face the Leviathan, he's like 10 damage, 10 damage, 10 damage, right? It's more like a 100, but whatever, right? It doesn't do any damage. So you just kind of keep, beating him, right? Because it doesn't matter, you keep pummeling him, he does no damage to you. So who cares, right? You don't have to avoid anything, right? He's so easy. And suddenly, he does this charge thing, and that's tidal wave. Sure, it's a charge, so you can stand, it's gonna do more damage. But if the boss does like 10 damage, 10 damage, 10 damage, why would you believe that the boss suddenly is gonna do like 1,000 damage, right? It doesn't make any sense, because he does so little damage. But he does like 10 damage, 10 damage, and then does 10,000 damage, and you just die immediately, and all 3 characters is insta-wipe. And you're like, what? So that's the only time I died on normal, on an actual fight, FF7 Remake. So you can check my channel, I never died except on Leviathan, because I was like, what the hell happened? And that is just textbook terrible difficulty design. Terrible, really crappy game design, right? Because, again, the boss is way too weak, right? So you don't think you have to care about it. So that's a complete cheese death trap because you're like, what did it happen from? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It just comes out of nowhere, comparable to like what you expected. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Kill Chameleon does it in a very obvious way, right? You have to jump down a hole. You cannot know where to land in the hole until you die once. Terrible design. You should be able to somehow at least be able to predict it, right? With something, maybe some sign thing, maybe some shimmer effect, maybe some spell. You can do a double jump, whatever. Right? So basically, you have to jump down and die, and then you can redo the stage, right? And this dungeon here, you know, has the same feeling. Right? It's not. It's a game design dungeon, not based on good. It's purely memory. You can say the same thing with boss, but it really isn't. Because if you fight a normal boss in this game, Elden Ring and Sekiro and so on, yes, you have to memorize the pattern and see the weakness and so on. But it still is about like reaction, timing, greed, right? Should I do one extra attack? Should I go back now? Hit and run, doing these different spell builds, you know, the buff builds and this stuff and so on, right? So you have many options and strategies, and a part of it is memorizing the pattern. That is a part of it, right? And then you memorize the pattern, you have many options, right? So it's not that simple. But this goddamn stage is just up to crap. Because you go down, especially to that dungeon where the two guys fall down, right? As I thought about, you go down there, and I immediately said that my first reaction coming down there, I'm just like, okay, this is a trap. It's clearly a trap here. It's gonna fall down guys. It's either gonna like fall down people from the roof, right? Or sorry, ceiling. I mean, from the ceiling. And these guys are gonna kill me, or it's gonna be something like exploding on the bridge. Right? The bridge is gonna fall down, or it's gonna come down people from the ceiling. That is so obvious to me, right? So the trap isn't that good because actually it's obvious. However, the problem is, and I kept saying that the first time I got through it, I can't interact with this thing. Like, me as the player, I can't like defend against that. Even if I know that, well, this is obviously, again, right, this is obviously a trap, this is obviously happening, I'm gonna be attacked by this thing, right? Whatever, like, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but that's what I mean. I know that it's gonna happen, right? I don't know who's gonna fall down, but I'm like 90% sure that someone is gonna fall down on me, right? So it's not really about being tricked or trapped or whatever. It's honestly kind of like I talked about the Kid Chameleon case, where I know that I have to jump down into this hole, and it's gonna be spikes everywhere, so there's 1 pixel, and I have to just figure out, you know, what pixel it is, but I can't figure until I jump down once. So I have to replay the dungeon or, you know, this stage once, right? Because I can't just like randomly guess, right? I suppose though in this case of here of Elden Ring, I could use ran, right? I could use, you know, ran forward, pick that item, and just plan to and die afterwards. I guess so, right? But instead, I was like, oh, here comes the boss. I go back, another guy pushes me down the cliff, right? It's just so frustrating. It's just bullshit. If it's bullshit. So that's like an unfair design thing, right? And I think that's the worst kind of unfairness. It's even worse than a glitch and a bug, because you can actually, even if a game has too many bugs, right, it kills you. Obviously, it's very annoying. But at least you can see that, well, the intention isn't to be there. So I can be angry, but I'm not, because like, I mean, I can understand that, you know, you're working on this game and something happened, someone got sick or whatever, yeah. Like, you know, but if the design is on purposely unfair, right, that doesn't feel as fun, because you actually, that is the designer's fault, right? Like they intended it to be a stupid mechanic, right? But again, I think the worst thing and why it's stupid then is because even if I know there is a trap, how do I deal with the trap? Even if I know it's a trap, I can't deal with it. So otherwise, I mean, it would be like in reality, right? Like I go up to the chest, okay, the chest is like booby trapped, but what if I like throw a rock at it or something? But here I can't interact with the world, so I know it's gonna be a trap. The fire thing is better than they do it. The fire thing is obvious. There's gonna be like something shooting at you, probably a fire thing or some kind of bolts or whatever, right? When you walk down the staircase. But yet again, you can't really deal with it. I mean, I just brute through it, right? I just took the fire, healed up, and went into the corner. And it's just like both of those incidents are places where it feels like, okay, how do I beat this thing, right? And the wheelchair thing is also generally a terrible mechanic too, because it's just like, oh yeah, I have to run from this shit, and it turns around randomly and sporadically, and it's just irrational, and it's just like, and really, the worst like a supporting game easily, probably the worst like in the whole game, because it's like 3 bullshit mechanics in a row, and the boss was fine. The boss would be easy, but the boss was fine. He felt fair. He had big swipe attacks. You learned the pattern. You killed him. It took me, what, 3-4 attempts to kill the boss. The boss was very easy. I died like 20 times in the goddamn dungeon, right? At least 10 times. But it felt annoying because, again, I died even if I knew it was a trap, right? And that's why it's so bad. But anyway, that's my long review. Elden really sucks. Let's keep playing the game, but I really want to explain how I felt.